Hi, my name's Jason and welcome to Technique of the Week. Today we're going to be showing you, after the fact, how to cut lines in to the concrete here. We screwed this up when we stamped this. We forgot to, a couple of these, I forgot to, put another joint in here. This rock here is not natural looking because it should have had another thing when we're up against the wall with the floppy. We just didn't finish the joint out like it should have been. So today we're going to be showing you how to get that after the fact. I think the biggest thing with stuff like this is if something goes wrong or something happens bad, there's always a way to fix it. There's just little tips and tricks to that. So the important thing is, to never panic or lose any sleep over it. There's a lot of things you can do after the fact. So how we're going to fix this is just with a normal angle grinder with a tuck point blade on it. A tuck point blade is a little bit wider than a normal blade. This blade's probably a little over 1/4 inch wide. And what we're going to do is just kind of go ahead and draw out our own line. Now, what we can do is take a pencil and mark it first, kind of where we're wanting to do it. So all I'm going to do is just go ahead and turn this on. Now I'll show you real quick this variable speed on this. So it goes there, it's on the slowest speed, and now if I crank it up, now I'm just going to run it on the about the slowest speed because I want to have a lot more control over it. So I'll just run the slowest speed. This blade's jumping around on me a little bit, but this is all I got, so I got to work with it. But most of the time, this doesn't do it. I think this one's just getting old. But they sell these at any masonry supply, or usually concrete supply stores have them. So I just need to get a new one, I guess. Kind of do the outside edges first, and then kind of grind the middle out a little bit. So now I'm just going to wipe it off and see if I like kind of what I did. And I think that looks pretty good. So what we're going to do now is just move on to some other ones that I don't like. There's over here, there's a spot that we forgot to roll with the roller, and it's a little bit wide that I'm just going to kind of move out a little bit, just so, and grind it a little bit, just so it kind of gives it a little bit more realistic look. And remember, just hit the worst of them. Don't get too crazy spending 3 days trying to do this. Just get the worst of them, get the spots that are the most noticeable, and leave the rest go. You'll drive yourself crazy. I've never done a perfect one yet, and it's part of the process. Not everything's going to be exactly right, so just do your best. So the next step is getting this joint colored, because we ground it so we don't have that dark chocolate release agent down in the joint. So the next step is to cut a chip brush off like this. So all I'm going to do is cut it down pretty close to the base of it, get it as even as I can here. The next thing that I'm going to do then is take my brush that we just cut off, and the reason we cut it off because it makes it a lot more rigid down here at the base. So that makes it good for brushing. So I'm just going to dip it in my release can, and this is just dry, and I'm going to take it, I'm going to scrub it in this joint. And when we brush this in there tight like that, it's pushing that color down in all the crevices. The next step is to take the leaf blower and blow off all the excess release off of the joint. And then when we put the final coats of sealer on, that sealer will penetrate through and seal the concrete, and it'll lock that release in there. Well, I hope this helps you out. With this technique, if something ever like this happens, this is a real good way to fix that. Colors the joints good, makes it look more natural looking. So hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you next time on Technique of the Week. See ya.